Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, as per your time zones. We appreciate your time for this webinar. Before we start of this webinar, we would like you to switch off your microphones and cameras. Thank you. Securiton has a lot of special application products in the basket, and one of them is ADW535, which are very effective for food processing application. I would update you in our coming slides. This is me. My name is Rohit Mudawal. I'm based out of the India office. I'm responsible for the countries like India and other SAARC countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, and all. I have a total experience of more than 20 years, and I'm with Securiton for last 8 years now. Okay, just a second. I think there is also. So I'm going to cover various topics, including the problem statements, standards and codes, challenging in designing the system, and how Securiton is suitable for this kind of application like food processing plant, and of course with some biggest references. Uh, Food processing is never been. If you talk about the food processing industry, food processing industry covers a series of industrial activities directed at conversion, preparation, preservation, and packaging of foodstuffs. Food processing is the transformation of agriculture products into food or one form of the food into the other form. The process inputs or raw material used are generally flammable. These are like flavors, your extracts, and the dusty powders such as grain dust, corn, starch, and there are so many. The process output or maybe the finished products, they are also flammable. These are like grains, flour, dry goods, oil, butter, sugar, seasoning, chocolates, products, bakery products, and pellets also. Yes. The causes of fire cannot be explained in one slide, I tell you. There are so many causes due to the flammable inputs, outputs, and packaging. There are few causes which are mentioned in this slide. If you can see, the hot gases are used to have a fresh products and superior quality, longer shelf life. They are used for high production volume. The gases generally used are of various types. These are nitrogen gas, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and other hazardous gases as well. The gases are hydrogen. They use nitrous oxide and ethylene as well. So these gases may cause fire in food processing application. Then if you talk about hot surfaces, it can also cause fire since the use of surfaces like iron, copper, steel are very common in this kind of application. The fire can trigger due to various heat exchangers as well because we use a lot of heat exchangers in this kind of application. Then the mechanical spark is an ignition source of gas explosion. These sparks are due to grinding, welding, and there are a lot of equipment used for the friction and the cutting, etc. Thermal decomposition or thermolysis is a chemical process and it is a decomposition caused by heat. So here heat is also involved. Lightning and static electricity, if you talk about, can also cause fire because it can happen due to the conveyors, sloshing of fuels, fuel in the tanks, pipes, containers flying through air, rain, snow, dust, and controlling oversplay while painting. So there are a lot of static charge also available. Then the malfunctioning of the electrical appliances can happen due to overloading, electrical surges, switches, flickering of light, etc. and etc. So this stray current also causes fire. It occurs when the current flows to a different path other than the intended path. So this is also one of the main reasons of fire, electrical fire. If you can see on the slide at your right hand side, there is a example of UK distillery blast. Okay. This blast happened due to the milling of wheat and barley, and because it generates the very flammable dust. Okay, and because of this dust available in the atmosphere, and because of the gases also present in the atmosphere, it was an explosion. It was a disaster. Now, if you talk about code of practices in this kind of industry, there are no much codes available, and most of the countries they follow NFPA 61. So NFPA 61 basically protects lives from fire and dust explosions in the facilities which are handling, processing, or storing bulk agricultural food material, their byproducts, or other agricultural related dust and materials. It applies to all the facilities which receives, handles, process, dry, blend, mill, and use dry agricultural products like seeds, legumes, flour, spices. So all these are included in this NFPA 61 standard. So examples of the facilities which are covered in this standards are bakeries, flour mills, wet and dry corn milling, dry milk products. So mostly all kind of industries, all kind of food processing units are involved in this standard. Our offer for this kind of industry is ADW 535, which is UL, FM, VDS approved. All the international approvals are there, and more importantly, there are a lot of country-specific approvals also available with this product. Now I'm going to talk about the challenges of effective fire detection in this kind of industry. The first and foremost, if you talk about challenge point of view, is to install and maintain the fire system in the large areas, which should be effective and cost effective. So uh, as I explained in my previous slide also, you need to select the right devices, which right IP ratings, which right use. Okay, then the normal point detection system here will not work because they are not recommended as well, because due to the chances of false alarms or lacking early warning detection. Uh, this happens because of the harsh environment which is already there in this kind of industry. We have a solution with our ADW 535, which has a coverage area of 800 square meter and 1600 square meter if you select the dual channel model. Okay, I already explained the inputs, outputs, and ignition source in previous slides. Now, means these are basically the main risk of fire, main cause of fire. And if you see the right side of the picture, right side of the slide, you see two pictures, which also depicts few other common, common challenges. So if you talk about first one, it is a mechanical separation. These are the mechanical separation of food particles by using machines, which causes a lot of mixtures of dust in the atmosphere, and which also cause fire. Then, if you see the another picture, it is a oil extraction by using gases. So I already explained about the gases, what kind of gases uh, are used in this kind of environment application. Then another challenge is granules and dust means in the food industry, two important processes are present, which are blending and mixing of granules. Okay, and these kind, when you do the mixing and grinding, there are a lot of powders, uh, food powders present in the environment in the form of dust, and it can trigger fire anytime. The most common uses of mixing and blending of granules and powder form food occurs in production bakeries, in uh, baking ingredient manufacturer, cereal ingredient producers, and if you talk about the pet food market. So there are few industries, few uh, products which are very prone of fire due to this. Then another challenge is acid foods which are having a natural pH of 4.6. Okay, like tomatoes. Because of the natural acidity, these products can be cooked at atmospheric temperature of 212 degree Fahrenheit. You can see the kind of temperature, and these are required to filled very hot. So always heat is present, always high heat is present, and because of other things, it can create fire. It can generate fire. The other examples for acidic foods are like yogurt and curd, etc. Another challenge is cleaning. So cleaning can be done by jetting the water. Okay, and the water can be jet in high pressure, medium pressure, low pressure. Okay, the specialized detection is always required because there are always water molecules present during this process. So the system which has holes or which is not concealed always gives you false alarm. Okay, sorry, I already sorry. Okay, now we talk about the about the steam. Steam in this kind of industry is always present everywhere. Okay, because steams are used to clean the containers, to clean the pantries, shelves, wooden drawers, any kind of surfaces, and this can create false alarms in most of the cases if you use the normal detection system. Chemicals are always used to disinfect the surface once the process is complete, and also to remove stains from the surface. And this is really a very big challenge when these chemicals are present to design the effective system. Okay. Now I will go straight to our offerings. So we feel that we have a perfect solution for this kind of application, and this is ADW535. If you talk about the principle how it works, so this sequences ADW 535 uses a physical principle to its advantage. A sensing tube, if you can see, these are the sensing tubes. The sensing tubes filled with the normal air is installed, and it need to be monitored always. If the ambient temperature increases in the event of fire, the volume of the heated air also expands accordingly. And this air-filled heating sensing tubes transmit this pressure increase to a sensor in the cable terminal process. This processor, I'm talking about this processor. The system triggers an alarm as soon as a defined limit is exceeded. And this defined limit can be programmed as per the requirement of the site, as per the requirement of the project. Two sensing tubes, if you can say, we have single channel tube or two sensing tubes. If you use a channel system, two sensing tube system, the coverage area will be double. Okay, the sensor tube, it can be of copper, can be of stainless steel, and can be of hard plastic, which is Teflon. Okay, now I can give you the focus on our two models, which is ADW 535 and dash 1 and dash 2. ADW 535 dash 1 covers area for approximately 800 square meters, and ADW 535 dash 2, which is a two-channel model, covers the area of approximately 1600 square meters. The maximum tube length of tube length can go up to 115 meters per channel. So single channel means 115 meters. With dual channel is 115 into 2, which is as per the EN norms. But the system limit per channel is 200 meters. So you have to decide whether you have to go design as per EN, or you can use the system limits as well. The best part of this product is that it can be connected to any third-party system like SCADA, IBMS, or any third-party fire alarm system. It gives you signals on the third-party system, and I will tell you, this product is not a replacement of your normal point detector system or not your normal detector. This product is used for only special application wherever this kind of application is there. And it is a complementary system. It complements your existing fire alarm system or your normal fire alarm system. Okay, the lifetime of this product is not defined because there is no active components involved in this. So you have the sensing tubes which we used are non-magnetic, non-rustic, non-alerting, acid-proof, shock-proof, waterproof, heat-resistant, and dirt-resistant. You can see the picture. You can bend these tubes. Also, you can make a spiral. You can bend always in different shapes and sizes. These sensing tubes are flexible and can be mounted in any kind of surface. Okay. This, if you talk about the environment or the atmosphere which is in minus degrees, then it can mount. You can mount it on at minus 40 degrees centigrade also. It is fireproof as well. You can see, you can replace the part which is damaged on field because we have tools available. So you can cut and change this tube there then and there. So I will stop here for 2 minutes. Maybe if you have some questions, I can answer the question, and then we proceed with the further presentation.
So Rohit, we don't have any questions in the chat. So I've got some questions from that I would like to ask you, and one of them would be, what will be the minimum and the maximum length of one sensor tube?
Okay, so as I said, the minimum tube length would be 10 meters, and the maximum, as per the EN norms, 115 meters, and the system limit is 200 meters. So this is for one channel, and if you choose two channel model, then you replicate the same.
Then I've got another question. And what will be the operating temperature range of the controller and the tubes?
Okay, so the operating temperature of the tube, I will inform you in further slide also. In my next slide, talk about the same thing. So the operating temperature of the controller is minus 32 plus 70 degrees centigrade, and the measurement temperature range of the sensing tube is minus 40 to plus 180. So in any kind of environment, you can use this sensing tube, and you can use, if you talk about the food processing industry, you can use in the production plant, you can use in the sheds for their transformer production, cable trenches, or cold storage as well, because it supports from minus 40 to 70 degrees.
And what is the permissible height to install sensing tubes? So how high can we install the sensing tubes?
7.5 meters as per the norms. So it is also country specific. I'm talking about right now NFPA. There are different countries which has their own norms. So I am not aware about those norms, but this standard is 7.5 meters.
And this 7.5 meters is as per the NPA norms.
NFPA, yes.
NFPAs, okay.
Yes.
Do we need to replace the entire tube length once it's damaged in case of
No,
fire or for any other reason?
that is the beauty of a system, I tell you. See, if you talk about tubes can be available in different lengths, and I'm not saying you need to buy tube from us. The tubes are available in the local market also. So maybe the length varies from 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 meter, 20 meter. But there are different connectors which are available with Securiton. Okay. So once the tube is damaged, the length which is damaged needs to be replaced, and it can be replaced at site itself. No need to send it back to us. And there are different connectors available. You can connect these tubes again, the new tubes with the existing tubes.
And about the software, is there a software to calculate and design the area and tube network, like you have in
Yes,
installation smoke detectors? Do
we,
you have
we have
something?
we have we have our software from. You will find the software from Securiton only, and just you need to enter the area of the room or the parts where you need to cover. Want to secure your premises, then it can calculate automatically.
And,
So we have
and,
a software.
and is this software free of charge or do we have to pay a license fee for that?
That depends. If customer is ready to pay, we sell. Otherwise, we give free of charge.
Thank you.
Just
So,
on the lighter side.
so there are no further questions at this time, so please proceed.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this slide is already covered in your question, that it can be used in almost all kind of environment, the sense tube. Okay, even it is suitable for outdoor use, since the operating temperature ranges from -30 to +70 degrees centigrade for the controller, and -40 to +180 degrees centigrade for the sensing tube. So due to the flexibility in the sensing range, the day temperature does not affect. Okay, so because we have different technologies available to to calculate the temperature and all. So maybe in the next couple of slides we will learn how it uh, eliminate the false alarms. Okay. Okay, so we have a feature called dynamic heat watch. So dynamic heat watch is one of the best features available in this industry. I tell you, in the industry of heat, fire and heat. I tell you why. Because this feature eliminate the nuisance alarm, disturbance alarm. This in the event, if you talk about how it works, in the event of a slow and steadily increasing pressure values over a relatively longer period of time, and which are not within the detection range, means you already set a differential value, but it is something like that. It goes the temperature rises very fast. So this system detects this rate of rise in the heat, but it will give you only a disturbance, because this rise go very fast and come the curve will go very fast and come back immediately. So it this product sees this as a disturbance, not a fire, because it is not crossing the threshold. A sensor in the detection box, if you talk about how it works, a sensor in the detection box continuously measures the current ambient temperature and calculate the reference value for the maximum evaluation. So you already set a reference value, and this sensor is always monitoring this reference value. You can make this product ADW535 lightning proof by installing the proper lightning protection in between. If you use mainly if you use for the outdoor application. Okay, sorry. Metal tubes are rodent proof because the smell and availability of food, always invite the animals. Also, this animal, this rodent or rat is from, I think, European country. Picture. Okay, the sense. If you talk about a test motor, we have a test motor with a pressure pump inside, which generates a specified pressure. Okay, if the value measured by sensor does not correspond to the set value, means because of a leak or crushing of the tube of the sensor tube, a fault indication is displayed. Okay, alarm and fault indication take the form of 3 LEDs on the panel on the detector, which is on the PC board. Okay, the picture is self-explanatory. If you see, the phase 1 is the operating point in normal operation. Okay, with slight overpressure generated, and this overpressure is by the test motor actually. Picture 2, phase 2, pressure drop in the sensing tube is interpreted as a possible leak. Picture 3, phase 3, verification by test cycle of test motor, because there is a test motor and there is always a test cycle. Okay, and it compares basic value from the primary reset, which you did at the start of the product. Okay, if you talk about the networking, RS485 networking between multiple units are possible, up to 1 kilometer without repeater, up to 8,500 meter with repeater, maximum 5 repeaters can be connected. 250 such units can be networked, and the same can be monitored with the help of the software, and different values can be seen on the software itself. So the software is available from us. Okay. Multiple alarms are available with ADW535. Okay, and can be used for various purposes. Like if you talk about alarm 1, okay, then it can be used for the action, like verify the environmental or alarm conditions, initiate precautionary measures like initiation of local initiating device, and locate this. Means this will give you primarily to look in helping to help you to locate the source of the fire actually. Then alarm 2 can initiate the fire alarm system, your central fire alarm system, which is means maybe the unit is connected to your fire alarm panel, and the complete fire alarm calls for a fire brigade. And as per the country specific regulation, you can connect with whatever system you want to connect. Then alarm 3 can trigger or activate your fire suppression system. So everything is possible with this system. If you talk about sensing tube can be installed anywhere on and in and every kind of surfaces. You can install it on ceiling, above ceiling, walls, conveyors, oil tanks, electrical equipments, machineries, the areas where you cannot go, access restricted areas like your lift lobbies of the food industrial plant or the escalators, machineries, cable trenches, galleries, electrical cabinets, transformers, generator rooms, and many more. So these are few of the examples which we've seen in past so many years. Maybe there are a lot of other examples you may encounter in future, coming future. Okay, there are a lot of references available. I will give you a couple of references. This is a factory in Germany, and we did room protection with our ADW535. Then Haldiram is in India, and the cable cable protection, cable galleries and utility areas are protected with this application. Smirnoff factory. This is one of the largest distillery in Italy, and we secure their machineries and tanks with our ADW. So, as I said, this tube can be installed in any or every kind of installation. Then, with this, I thank you all to attend this webinar, and you can join us on LinkedIn and Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram channels. Thank you very much.
We have some questions, Rohit, and one of them is this an independent system or can it be connected to a fire alarm system?
Any question?
I've got a question. Is this an independent system or can it be connected to a fire alarm system?
You can connect it with any third-party system. Okay, any fire alarm system, any make of fire alarm system, or you can also use as an independent system.
And is the system check for the detection capability by any mechanism, or how can we know that there is a problem in the system?
There is a test motor which always tests the sensing tube, and once there is a leakage, it will give you a fault.
Okay. How the system tubes are cut? Do you need a special cutter for that, for installation purposes?
The cutters, the normal copper cutters or steel cutter can be used. So then we have also tools available with us, but the copper cutter and the steel cutter can be used to cut the sensing tubes.
What will be the distance between two parallel tubes?
From wall, it is 3.6 meter, and from tube to tube distance, it cannot exceed than 7.2 meters.
So you have shown us some reference projects or applications in your slides. Can you tell us some more of these applications or where we can use such a product?
Okay, so if you talk about the application, there is no restriction. Any application which calls for your high temperature application or detection of heat in any of the area, like your utility rooms, generator, transformers, your cable trenches, textiles, where your normal detection is not possible because of the dust or because of other reasons. The normal detection gives you alarm. You can install this product in those kind of applications. There is no restriction of application here.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if there is no question, I thanks you guys again, and we will meet very soon with some other webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you.